it say this morning's happening in the market? Let's run on, see what we got here. Like Allstate, yes. So Walmart, big box earnings and retail sales, what to watch this week. We've got some earnings. I'm gonna hit that soon enough, but we definitely have some earnings to look at. Tech stocks have a yield problem. Not sure what that means, but the one I put a little graphic in the chat this morning for NVIDIA puts. So you can take a look at that. Nikola plunges after recall announced. Uh-oh, that's a no bueno. They just got all good news with those truck things. They already doing a recall. This is not good for you. I did see that AMC had a big pullback on Friday, something to do with, I didn't understand what they said about AMC, but there was some announcement that caused the pullback. Something to do with how they were going to help them get, not really get profitable. I guess they're bleeding money and they're trying to help to turn that around, which I think is a good thing. Like if we're trying to turn around the bleeding, why would that cause a sell-off? How public college spending is impacting students and tuition costs and retailer earnings. We're talking about that here soon. Billions of dollars spent to help the IRS improve its service. Here we go with that. Young adults are more reliant on credit cards than ever. Yes, while cooling inflation is good news for tech.
Arlissa?
Sir?
Sorry to interrupt. When you were talking about AMC?
Yeah.
It looks like because they're in debt, what they want to do is issue more shares for purchase.
Okay.
In order to raise money to pay off some of the debt.
Mm-hmm.
But then the problem is the shareholders are like, well, now that's flooding the market with too many more shares.
Okay.
So it loses the value. They afraid it's gonna drop the value of the shares. It's basically what that boils down to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because once you go from however many shares I had to now there's a whole bunch more shares,
right.
The whole supply and demand thing. But that's really what that's all about, because shareholders don't want to add extra shares, but whoever's in charge may want to.
Yeah, but AMC's still doing a bunch of stuff. Of course, the movies are still moving. And I saw somewhere that AMC is now putting their popcorns in the grocery stores, and some of the things that they do are going into the grocery stores. So, I mean, AMC's, they're doing stuff that is generating more capital for them. But I guess the stock actually issuing more shares is another of those things that they are doing. So even if you go through this, this lull, I believe AMC is going to bounce back. You just want to keep this in mind as you're trading. If you're trading AMC, as you're putting on your trades, you want to keep this in mind. Now, I know I have 100. No, take it back. I lost my 100 shares. I had 100 shares of AMC that I had gotten as a result of a cash secure put at $4.50. I had a 4.5 cash secure put several weeks ago, and then I sold covered calls on it, and I sold covered calls at 5. Well, it went up above 5 Friday, it closed above 5. This whole drop off happened after market, which I do appreciate y'all for that, AMC, for waiting. Whoever waited till after, he waited. I'm glad y'all waited till after the market was closed, and then it dropped. So I lost my 100 shares at $5. I only paid $4.50 for those of us who kind of still working the whole covered call concept. I had them for $4.50. I sold a covered call for $5. So they were called away at $5 a share. So they paid $5 per share for me. So they paid $500. I had only paid $4.50. So I got $50 of profit from that. And I got the premiums that I collected when I sold the covered call. So that was good. But I think I had another sold put, but it was in the 3s. So I don't know. We'll see how I've got to look at Robinhood. I hadn't looked, so I have to see what I got now, because I released those. Maybe I see if I got something back. I don't know. But yes, thank you for that clarification, Jamie. I think I may have a Nikola trade running too, so I have to look and see what's up with that. So today, pre-market, we got the Dow futures are up $14. S&P futures up 0.01%. The Dow futures was up 0.04%. NASDAQ futures up 0.04%. These are very low green numbers, by the way. Stock futures rise slightly after a sluggish start to August. Oil is down and the U.S. 10-year bonds are up. European markets are mostly green, got green and red a little bit. DAX is up 0.36%. FTSE is down 0.44%. CAC is up 0.03%. FTSE MIB up 0.61%, and Stock 600 down 0.01%. European markets cautiously positive after a downbeat week. Phillips up 5%. And then in Asia, we have all red over there in those parts. Hong Kong, China stocks extend losses. Country Garden dropped 17% to a new record low. Country Garden must be one of their stocks. ASX 200 is down 0.86%. Nikkei is down 1.27%. That's pretty significant. Kospi is down 0.79%. Hang Seng is down 1.58%. And Shanghai is down 0.34%. It's always interesting to me that one market will be like they said, Asian market is all red, but the European market, they're still trading, but their market is mostly green, right? This stock 600 is getting ready to flip to green in a second if it keeps going. So Asia didn't do as well. And our pre-market is looking mainly green so far. It's barely green though. We'll come back to that at the end of our call because it's not buying AMC has good premiums. Ross is saying I don't mind more AMC shares. You can buy more 100 shares. Yeah, because they have AMC has really good covered calls premiums. So if you buy your 100 shares in the $3 or the three and some change range, they kind of fluctuate between, they were fluctuating between about $3.80 and $8. They were kind of going back and forth in that window. So if you buy them at $3 and they run up to $8, or if they run up to $6, that's a doubling up your money. AMC shares, I don't think are bad. I don't think are a bad thing. This is not investment advice, but I don't think they're a bad thing to own just because of the fact that we do still see AMC doing their thing. And the movie theaters don't look like, now when it was COVID time, they looked like they were going to go out of business because they just didn't have any business. But now, shoot, at $20 a ticket, that people still standing in line outside. They were out there at the one near where I live. They was in the rain waiting on Spider-Man movie tickets. Are you serious though? I'm not getting in the rain for this. It's not. I don't want to see it that bad. I don't want to see it that bad. But they are still the way. The movie theater houses are still the way to see the movies at this point.
Yeah, around here, some of the movie people are allowing private birthday parties. Bring your favorite movie.
Yeah, they do that here too.
Yeah. So they're getting creative.
Wonder why this is so big. Yeah, they do that here too.
And my MC, inside they have some serious recliner chairs.
Oh man,
it's wild.
It's a whole restaurant in there. You got restaurant, you got fine dining, you got wine and liquor. I mean, you got everything you need inside the AMC. But yeah, there's some. Yeah, they've definitely got the little VIP experience. You pay a little bit more for the recliner chairs and all the good stuff. All righty. So let's look at what our Forex calendar, what our meetings and stuff are for this week, our economic calendar for the week of August the 13th through the 19th. Looks like today there is absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. There's nothing. It's empty. Well, right here. We'll look on the investing calendar and see what's there. But so tomorrow we'll have 8:30 in the morning, core retail sales month over month at 8:30, red folder, Empire State Manufacturing, and retail sales month over month. Those are all red folders tomorrow morning at 8:30, and there's a yellow import prices month over month. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we've got business inventories and the National Association of Home Buyers, the housing market, yellow folders again. Tentative mortgage delinquencies. Ooh, that probably ought to be an orange folder at the very least, because that number is going to continue to climb. 11 o'clock and tomorrow morning, FOMC member Kashkari is going to speak, yellow folder. And at 4, the tick long-term purchases is another yellow folder. Wednesday, we have 8:30 in the morning, orange folder, building permits, and a yellow folder, housing starts. 9:15, you got an orange folder, industrial production month over month. Yellow folder, capacity utilization rate. At 10:30 Wednesday, we have crude oil inventory, yellow folder. And at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, FOMC meeting minutes. This will be volatility. Just be ready. Wednesday, we'll talk about it again, of course, on Wednesday morning. But on Wednesday, if you're looking for something for the week, ding, ding, ding. If you're looking for something weekly, this FOMC meeting minutes is going to cause volatility. So just be prepared. Either be prepared to be out of your trade by Wednesday at 2 o'clock, or I don't know if you're going to go past that. Just know that that's enough. It may cause enough of a jump that it could knock out a good trade from Monday, can go south on Wednesday if you still are in it. Thursday morning at 8:30, we got unemployment claims, red folder. And the Philly Fed is going to be an orange folder at 8:30. This is before market on Thursday. 10 o'clock, yellow folder, CB leading index, and 10:30 natural gas storage. Says here Friday, there's nothing. We got nothing on Friday, not a folder there. So that's the week of meeting and announcements for this coming week. Let's look at the investing.com calendar to see if there's anything for this week of note that wasn't mentioned there. So it looks like today there are a few things on here for today, which is the consumer inflation expectations at 11 and the 3-month bill auction, 6-month bill auction at 11:30. That's what's on the investing.com calendar for today. For Tuesday, retail control, I don't think that was mentioned on the other one at 8:30 in the morning. Retail sales at 8:30, all that was mentioned. Retail inventories, Kashkari is speaking on Tuesday, and TIC and API. Those, okay, we've seen those things. Building permits, some stuff happens at 7 o'clock on Wednesday, the mortgage related stuff. 8:30 housing starts and all industrial production. I think I mentioned that. Crude oil. See, it shows here crude oil inventories here shows as 3, like high volatility. And over on Forex, it showed as a yellow folder, but here it's showing 3 stars, which is high volatility. So that's why I said when we're talking about that our oil, that don't be no yellow folder. And I know that was good grammar. That don't be no, it is not a yellow folder. More oil stuff there at 2 o'clock that day. You got the meeting minutes. We just talked about that. Philly Fed on Thursday, Philly Fed Thursday, Fed's balance sheet 4:30. That's Thursday. And here on Friday, even though Forex didn't have anything for Friday, over here on investing.com, Friday at 1 o'clock, we've got the oil rig count things. And then at 4:30, you got the speculative net position. So that's what investing.com is saying for this week, even though Forex didn't have all of those things included. Let's go look at our earnings for the week. We've got a bunch of earnings this week. Monday, we've got, well, this is before market today. We've got HUD 8 and Jinko, Embraer Air, never heard of them. Monday, we've heard of Monday.com, which is like a assistant, like a virtual assistant type of thing. Lee Cycle or Lie Cycle, Rockwell, and Roy Vance. Some of those I have never heard of. Somebody Therapeutics is also there with a B. Aftermarket today, we've got Suncor, Urban Grid, looks like, Navitas, Rumble, Beam, Super League, the Metals Company, AST, Space Mobile, and Getty Images. Tomorrow before the open, we've got the Home Depot, C, Carolina Health, no, Cardinal Health, that says PaySafe. We've heard of PaySafe, they're like a Paychex people. Eagle Point, is that 10 cent? Miscellaneous Entertainment. That's not miscellaneous, that would not make sense. IHS and Albeit Systems, these are also small. After close on Tuesday, New, Coherent, H&R Block, D-Local, Kava. I think Kava is food. Jack Henry, Mercury, Wednesday, we've got Target. Wednesday before the market opens, we have Target. We have Zim, JD.com, TJ Maxx. Here's 10 cent. Brinker, PFG. I'm not sure who this last one is. Cisco is Wednesday after market closes. Synopsys, Stone, Wolfspeed, SQM, KULR, Paycor, and Zenvia. That's all Wednesday after close. Thursday morning, we've got Walmart's. People call it Walmart's. I don't know why. There's no T. See, there's no S. Y'all see there's no S here? People say, I'm going to Walmart's. No. Walmart is is doing their earnings on Thursday morning before the market opens. Nanox, Nice, Dole, Billy, Tapestry, Lumentum, and Gambling. Ooh. After close on Thursday, Applied Materials, Bill.com, Farfetch, Globant, Ross Dress for Less, and Keysight. Friday, we've got John Deere, Xpeng, Estee Lauder, VIP.com. I think they're a Chinese company, and CI&T. That's the earnings for this week. We got some good stuff coming. Basically, a lot of retail earnings, looks like to me. Few tech things, but mostly retail earnings are happening in there. Yep. Let's go to... I showed this from NVIDIA. This came from the Elite Options Trader. This is on Twitter. Elite Options Trader, he's talking about NVIDIA. The way you would read this is it says, NVIDIA, if it's under 409, a trade idea would be to do an August 18th put at the 400 strike. That's how you read this, because I know sometimes people are like, I don't understand how they're writing it. So if it's under 409, you can do a put down to 400, right? If NVIDIA fails to reclaim 409 on Monday, it's possible we see a move to 400. If NVIDIA drops near 384 this week, then I'd consider calls. So NVIDIA under 409, if it can't run above 409, then this person is suggesting puts. This is someone different. Oh no, this is Elite Options Trader too. So the way you read this is for Tesla, it says 235 put under 242. So if the price is holding below 242, you could do a 235 put with a target of 233. Stop loss, you want to put at 245. That's what this all says. NVIDIA 400 put if it's below 409. 400 is the target. Stop loss is at 413. SPX, now he did August the 16th, which is 2 days from now. That's what he's doing as the August 16th, which makes sense because remember we just talked about in our announcements that Wednesday is when you get the meeting minutes at 2 o'clock. So he or she, this may be a she, I'm sure it's a he though, is suggesting that you look for an August 16th trade. The trade is going to close on August 6th, but this is just calls and puts. The way you would use these, well, let me explain what it's saying, then we can show how we use them as sellers. So SPX August 16th, 45, if the price is above 45.16, he's saying you could do a 45.50 call. If the price is below 44.59, you could do a 4400 put, right? Target 45.52, target 4400. The way we can use this is to make 45.52 above that as your CCS and the 4400 below this as your PCS. It's our sell leg. Y'all know I only really talk about the sell leg. You pick the other leg for yourself, but you're gonna hear 45.52 means you got to either go 45.55, or if you're adventurous, you can do 45.50, 55. That's up to you. But you use this leg or above this as your call credit spread number, and the 4400 you use this or below this as your put credit spread sell leg. That's how you use these. Are he's coming from a buyer standpoint. And we're sellers. So you adjust it to fit what you want to do with it. If he's saying, you're going up to 45, do a 45.50 call with the target being 45.52, then we want to be beyond the target, right? Expecting that it'll get there and turn and reverse. So you want to be beyond the target. Same thing here. You want to be below the 4,400 so you can be there or below that target. Everybody understand what I'm saying with that? Okay. This is a nice little graphic. Good job. You understand. Good. That's a nice little graphic he creates. That's interesting. And then we have our Adam Mancini for the day. Says here, last week, SPX put in 4 red days in a row, then spent all of Friday in the 44.40 to 44.65 range. This zone is pure 100% chop to set up the next trend leg. The plan today is 44.55, 44.39, and 32 are all supports. Ideally, 44.55 holds to set up 44.84. If 44.55 holds, it sets us up to go up to 44.84 and 44.93. If the 44.39 or 32, that window, that little 7-point window, if that fails, then you start the leg down to 44.01. Think back to what we just talked about with the guy from Elite Options Trader. He was saying 4,400 was this low target. Yes, he said the target going down was 4,400 and the target going up was 45.52. Yes, so the same thing is happening. I don't see the 45.52. Is that a 5 underneath here? No, it's not. No, it's not there. So 45, I think, would be, I don't know if we're going to go that high today, but you know, stranger things have happened. But he's also, those numbers that he gave were also for a Wednesday expiration, not today. Adam is talking about today. Okay, so you have to, as you're pulling in different points of data, you need to keep in mind what that person does when they're putting out data. Adam is a buyer who trades level to level every day. That other Elite Options Trader is also a buyer, but his suggestion or his little graphic talked about Wednesday, which will be a swing trade over several days, right? So you got to just keep that in mind when you're pulling these, when you're pulling in data points from different places. Some things you take and you hold and you work with, some of them you just put into your memory banks. So as you're making your decisions, you're just keeping in mind that this was, you know, this is what was said. Okay. Let's see what the VIX is looking like this morning. It's at 15.95 or 15.91 right now. So we're hanging in the 15s with the VIX. Okay. S&P closed. That's not S&P. This is S&P. Closed at 44.6405 on Friday. I don't know. Did I see any money makers last Friday? I don't know if I saw much money put in the chat on Friday. Maybe a lot of people. I was there, and some people were talking back and forth. We did see a few. I saw a few. I think Jamie said people had a wheelchair out and a few chairs out on Friday. I saw some chairs.
Arlissa, before you go on, that other guy is you said he's a swing trader. He's talking about Wednesday. So he's setting up the trade Wednesday to Wednesday. I didn't quite understand.
No, not Wednesday to Wednesday. He suggested right here on SPX, and this is the date he said to look for if these two in either of these situations. So I'm not saying he's always a swing trader, because I really don't know anything about him. I'm just saying this graphic is saying he's giving the date here. If you're going to do SPX, he's talking about the August 16th expiration, and these are the things you would do.
Oh, I didn't see that part. Thank you.
Yeah. I want you to hear all of it, Miss Marcia, because I don't want you out there talking about, Arlissa said, no. I want you to hear the whole counsel on the matter.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So check this graphic is in the Telegram, Miss Marcia, so you can check and see what it says.
Yes.
Okay, if you want some more clarification, just let us know and we'll make it clear. We'll make it clear. What did I hear about Rafa? What about Rafa?
Finally made my first Iron Condor 20% return on
Oh, yeah, I
invest.
did see that. Yeah.
Thank you, Arlissa.
Yeah, you know what though? We've got another Rafa coming. So there was a Raphael, he spells his name with the PH, who registered for the membership over the weekend. And I've had to reach out to him to see if he got all the links to come in. So now we'll have Jamie 1 and Jamie 2, and then we're gonna have Rafa 1 and Rafa 2. Woohoo! But I'm so congratulations to all the people who won last week. That is always good news that we're coming into our own and we're able to start generating some capital. Be careful though. Listen, SPX is not to be trifled with. You must respect her all the time. SPY so far this morning is looks like it's got a little bit of downness going this morning. On 444.97, so it's down 68 cents in the pre-market this morning. I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to cover. I want to look at the chart. That's where I was supposed to go next. Ooh, look at my chart with all this stuff on it. Lord have mercy. All these wonderful things on my chart. Okay, so looks like this gap here, this daily buyer's gap that I had put in there early when I put in last weekend, looks like it has been filled in with price action. So it can go daily buyer's gap. Looks like these gap. Oh yeah, there was a little bitty one here. Looks like that's been filled in too. There was some support here, 44.50. It dropped right to it, didn't it? That was Friday. We've got some gaps still below us. That might have been that what I had should probably have been there. But somebody getting ready to say something?
Sorry.
Some of the Telegram messages expired. What do you mean? They shouldn't be disappearing. We had done that before. I got to make sure I check because somehow before that button had gotten ticked that they would disappear after a period of time, and that's not what we want. That's not. Is there some kind of thing that expires like long ago expires, Rasta? No, only messages before August.
Yeah. When I looked, it's not there. We had definitely had messages last week, a lot.
Yeah, we did. And they're not there?
They're gone.
And somebody may have ticked that whole delete messages before this something, and we have to go check it. That happened before. Where it got they delete messages after 7 days or something like that. The button got ticked and they disappeared. Okay, so this is what we have as far as our daily chart. There was some gaps here that still a little bit of a gap is still waiting. This still is a daily gap here. Daily buyer, there should be a Y. That gap should still be here because this is between July 11th and July the 12th, and only part of this big gap has been filled. There's a little bit of it left for this right where price closed at 44.64, but the open was right here at this gap, and then it filled part of it. Still a little bitty one up here between the August the 10th and August the 11th, a little bitty gap up here too. So it may run up this morning to grab hold and fill this gap up to 44.68. It's about 4 points. The gap is about 4 points. Price might go up to fill this bitty bit, right? 4 points, and then come on back down. There we go. That's also that will be a seller's gap there. So if we're looking at resistance here, looks like there is some resistance at the 4,500. Looks like there's some resistance at 4,500. It's a pretty big line time out going here, leg out, as we have heard it called, pretty big leg out here. 4,500. That's a psychological number too. We know how that goes. The price is also coming down into this 200 period moving average, and that operates as support as well. So you've got that resistance is up here, 4,500 from Wednesday, August the 9th, which was last Wednesday. If we want to look at another one, you've got another resistance at like 4,518, and then 4,550 would be third one. So you really have three levels of resistance going up from here: 4,501, 4,518 area, and 4,550 area. You've got three levels of resistance there. If we're looking for support, we've got the 200 period moving average, which at this point is at 44.39 and rising. This is a rising number, so it may hit that. We also have, boom, boom, boom. If we look, probably the next one would be 43.93 or 4,400, somewhere down there, which is what we've seen in a couple people's information. Don't know if anybody looked at Lashman. Did anybody look at the Lashman video this weekend? Crickets. Crickets. Okay, nothing. Okay. Yeah, Rasa, you may have something ticked where you're deleting messages. Jamie says he can see back into June. Okay, that's what we got for SPX. XSP chart will look similar, right? It will look the same or look almost the same. Why is this not? Oh my goodness. Okay, I will worry about that after. All right, I think I've concluded all the matters I wanted to conclude, and we will wrap up, and then we will be back around 10 o'clock. I need to make sure I give everybody the link, and we'll probably, I have to see what I'm gonna do. I'll put the links in the chats that we're gonna use for the live trading today yeah. We'll change share screens. Time for the daily declaration. Our daily declaration. Are we sharing this screen? Can y'all see the declaration screen?
I can see it.
Okay, great. Thank you. E2T Daily Declaration. I declare I am a great trader. I declare I am a successful trader. I declare I am a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I am a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I declare money likes me. I declare I'm a blessing to others, and I declare I am a world changer. I am a world changer. Where's my prayer? There it is. Daily prayer. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. 2 Samuel 22:35. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. All righty. So we're going to wrap up. I'm going to put links in the chat for our trading at 10 o'clock. And I'll probably come a little bit before that, but I'll give us some links and we'll look at our SPX and XSP, maybe some breakout stuff. We'll look at some cash secure puts and cover calls. We're going to have to, check and see what Nicola's doing, because I had them on the, I think they were on the cash secure put list. But if they're falling off based on, there is stuff missing. Because all the stuff I put in here over the weekend is gone. Yep. Okay, well, those aren't there. We'll put them back in there again. I'll put links in, like I said, and I'll see you all at 10 o'clock. Okay? All minds and hearts clear?
About your tier 3?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, I believe. Yep. I put
I don't know.
It jumped from August the 4th to the 13th. Oh, here we go. I see it right here. Shondell Ben said auto messages Set messages to auto delete in one day. Disable. Auto delete is now disabled. Somebody hit the button and messages are gone. You're right. I can see right here, Shondell Ben. Thank you, Shondell. Even though you're not on this call, I want you to hear me on YouTube. Say thank you for tinkering with stuff. All righty. For me, I can't see them anymore. But I just disabled the auto delete timer so that we don't have that problem again. Yep. Okay, you all. I'm going to say fond farewell, and I'll see you all in about an hour. Okay, let me figure out how to turn the power back on in my room. My husband turned off all of our electricities while we were away, and now stuff's not turned on. Okay.
Thanks, Arlissa.
All right, everybody, let's stay green and get this money. Yes, stay green and get this money. You're welcome.
Thanks, Arlissa.
Thank you. Real quick, I just wanted to come on. This is Arlissa, Educator to Trader. Wanted to come on and tell you and ask you, I guess, to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that I create and I'm, posting regularly, then go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss anything and you can be a part of all that we're doing here. I'm a coach to sellers. I'm an option sellers coach. If that's a vein that you don't know anything about or you want to know more about, then go ahead, subscribe and check us out all the time. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.